In today's video, I'm going to show you what I use to hang all my gear once I'm set up in a tree, so stay tuned. My name is Clint Campbell, and if you're not familiar with me or the channel, I run the Truth from the Stand deer hunting podcast, where we focus on all bow hunting tricks, tips, and tactics. And today I'm going to show you all the gear that I use whenever I'm in the tree and what I use to hang it and get organized. One of the questions I get a lot on the podcast or in general is, whenever I'm saddle hunting, what am I using to hang all my stuff in the tree, and how am I keeping it all public land legal, and how do I kind of stay organized? So thought I'd do a quick video and show you guys what I'm using and how I'm kind of setting up my tree. This is just how I like to do it. It fits me and the system that I kind of have. You guys are, feel free to play around and make changes and adapt this to fit how you guys like to hunt. So, of course, I'm using a tethered saddle. Won't go over that necessarily. There's other videos. I'll put a link in the description to the other videos kind of going over all my saddle gear. But I'm using tethered saddle platform. And the basis of what I'm using to hunt, particularly public land, and hang all my gear is a hitch strap. It's a strap right here that my bow is connected to. I wrap that around the tree. It has a loop on the end of it. I girth hitch it, and it's got daisy chain webbing around it. And there's a T-hook that you can attach to it and pull it tight as well to get it tight around the tree. That is essentially the basis of how I'm going to hang pretty much everything and anything that I'm taking into the tree with me for the most part. My bow stays on my left-hand side. I'm right-handed. I like to have it at a right about shoulder-ish height right here. That way, if I'm in a tree, there's a deer coming, I don't have to move real far to grab my bow. It's right here up off the hitch strap, and I can go ahead and get ready to draw, move to the side of the tree that I need to be on, and it's super quiet. I did another video showing how I built a Kydex hook to make everything kind of public land legal and be able to hang my bow without taking extra clips. So this comes off real easy. Daisy chain webbing there. This slips right back on. Super quiet, good to go. Kind of keeps it tight to the tree, keeps a tight profile. So that's how I'm hanging my bow in the tree. That'll be new for this year. Previously, I was using Hero clips, and those worked fine. I just wanted to make something that was attached to my bow that was a little bit easier to use and less set up for me, because I have a few things I need to set up when I get into the tree. So I take my quiver off my bow. I put that on the back side of the tree. You can see here, once you get back here, that I have a Kydex hook. Grab it here. I have a Kydex hook that I made and put on the back of my quiver as well. It slips into these daisy chain webbing pieces, just the same as the bow. Super quiet, it's always there. I don't have to go searching for a clip to put in to hang my quiver. It just slides right on, good to go, quiet, no extra clips needed. The next thing that we'll look at here, so have the old trusty Grunt Tube here. Some folks, and for a long time, I used to wear my Grunt Tube around my neck as well. I had a buddy who had an accident where when he shot his bow, the string grabbed the Grunt Tube, smacked it up into his teeth, bloodied his mouth, and so after hearing that story, maybe busted up some teeth. After hearing that story, I decided that I was not going to have that hang around my neck anymore. Sometimes I'll hang it off my carabiner. If it's really windy like it kind of is today, I'll usually tie it to one of these loops in this daisy chain webbing here, and just let it hang against the tree. That way it's not kind of whipping in the wind and creating additional movement in the tree to potentially get picked off. The next thing that's off my right side is my camera arm. This piece is new for this year. I used it for one hunt this year. It's a Lone Wolf Custom Gear camera arm, super rock solid. The one hunt I've had a chance to do with it, I really like it. The one thing I need to change out though is I need a different fluid head. I was experimenting using like a Joby head, and it just not enough resistance, and I can't pan kind of smooth enough, and it just is a little more touchy than I would like to have in a tree. I don't really want a large fluid head, but I'm willing to give up the space and the bulk to get something that is a little bit easier to use on the camera arm. So the one thing I really like about this camera arm, it's kind of funny, as a camera arm you'd think I would like the actual camera functionality arm part of it, but actually what I like is the small hook that is on the bottom of it to hang your pack on. A lot of times I would hang my pack from the tail of this daisy chain webbing that's hanging down, and no matter where I hung it, it always seemed to get in the way. And so now that I'm running the camera arm's kind of out of my way. I can take my shots to my strong or my weak side if I need to. And then now that I'm hanging my pack underneath the camera arm, it's completely out of my way to move around the tree. It doesn't get in the way of my bow. The other nice thing about having my pack off to my right and underneath of the camera arm versus hanging from the webbing is that everything I need to get into is right here by my knees, really easy. Don't have to move a whole lot. I can just kind of get into the pack and don't have to make a bunch of movements to to pull it maybe around from the back side of the tree or whatever the case is. So with that, you can see most of my stuff, you know, I try to set the majority of my gear up on my right-hand side. Reason being is I'm right-handed, so I'm a lot more comfortable grabbing things from that side. Also, everything is kind of set up on that side because that is my weak side shot, and I'm usually setting up for a shot opportunity to my strong side. So I'm trying to keep this side of the tree as clear and as clean as I possibly can, because I'm expecting when I set up to take my shot opportunities from this side. The other thing that I have here right in front of me, part of the filming gear, is a GoPro. I have it set up on a small clamp that I just kind of tie or attach right to my tether, and it sits right in front of me. It's easy for me to kind of click on real quick, and then I can dip down and grab the camera off my right hand side and flip that on as well. This is just my second angle camera, and oftentimes I'll use it for audio as well. So I'll have a small microphone that will be attached to it, and that'll be always kind of like my main camera A, and be where I get all my voiceover. And then the camera that's on the camera arm will be anything, you know, B-roll or, you know, footage of deer, animals, etc. So that is my setup for the most part. The only thing that's missing from this video is my bino harness. I'll always wear those into the timber with me, so are always on my chest. The only thing that I didn't show is that any other calls that I might use, like a doe and estrus bleat can, would be in my pack. And then a set of rattling antlers, which I would hang off the side of this daisy chain webbing. I hope you guys like this video. Hopefully it gives you some ideas on how to set up your tree and how to maybe streamline your setup. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button below and hit the bell notification to make sure you get all the upcoming videos and podcasts.